As much as we love our feline friends, cats can be surprisingly sensitive creatures. While they may not come with a manual, their behavior often hints at how they feel about the world around them, and sometimes we might be the ones unknowingly pushing their buttons. Believe it or not, some of our everyday habits can irritate our cats. If your furry feline friend has been giving you the cold shoulder or shooting you one of those classic cat stares, you might be guilty of some of these behaviors. Let's dive into 9 common things we humans do that might be driving our cats up the wall, all the while giving you a better idea of how to keep your feline happy and purring. Number 1, overstimulation. When enough is enough. Well, this is the exact main reason why I wasn't a cat person as a youngster. I used to love to pet my friend's cat, but every time I did, I would always come away with a scratch or a bite. While some cats are totally down with a good petting session, others reach their limits quicker. It's important to try to remember what starts as a pleasant petting experience can quickly turn into overstimulation for a cat. The secret here is watching for the signs. Twitching tails, flattened ears, and tensing bodies are all indicators that they've had enough. If somebody would have told me that years ago, I would have saved myself some painful nips and scratches for sure. Number 2, ignoring their need for space. Cats are independent by nature. Even the most affectionate cats enjoy having their own space and their own time to themselves. Sometimes, without realizing it, we invade their space a little too much. Whether it's picking them up when they're clearly not in the mood or disturbing their favorite napping spot. Cats can get pretty irritated when they feel their personal boundaries aren't being respected. If your cat tends to hide under the bed or bolt to another room when you approach, it might be a sign that they're feeling pretty crowded. Give your cat a little freedom to come up to you when they want the affection. When you respect their need for space, they'll be more likely to approach you for some snuggle time on their own terms. Think about it. People who don't like cats are always attracted to them. Why? Because they're not going out seeking the cat comes to them. Number 3, loud noises, a cat's worst nightmare. Cats are incredibly sensitive to sound. Their ears are designed to pick up even the faintest of noises, which is great when they're hunting, but not so great when the vacuum cleaner roars to life or you blast your favorite playlist at full volume. Loud, sudden noises can be a major source of stress for cats, and repeated exposure to these sounds can make them feel anxious in their own home. Try to be mindful of how much noise that you're making around your cat. If you need to vacuum, consider moving your cat to a quieter room first. When it comes to music or television, keep the volume at a reasonable level. By maintaining a calm and quiet environment, you'll help your cat feel more at ease and less likely to get stressed out by the unexpected sounds. Number 4, routine disruptions. Cats love predictability. My poor cats. My wife and I aren't very good at keeping schedules. You know, dinner at the same time, bed at the same time. Our daily life is pretty eclectic, but cats are creatures of habit. They thrive on routine and can become easily stressed if their daily schedule is disrupted. This is why sudden changes like a move, a new pet, or even a change in feeding times can throw your cat for a loop. Even smaller things like rearranging the furniture or hosting guests can make them feel unsettled. Personally, I can check just about every one of those boxes that I just mentioned. My Jack is having trouble right now, and we're experiencing his failure to use the litter box sometimes lately. This is good advice, even if I can't follow it. To keep your cat happy, try to maintain as much consistency in their environment as possible. Feed them at the same time every day. Keep their litter box in a consistent spot, and avoid making sudden changes to their surroundings. If a big change is unavoidable, such as moving to a new home, give your cat plenty of time to adjust. Provide them with familiar items like their favorite blanket or their favorite bed to help make the transition easier. Number 5, unwanted cuddles. The struggle between love and personal space. Cats are notorious for seeking out affection on their own terms. They'll climb onto your lap when they're in the mood for some cuddles. but heaven forbid you try to pick them up when they're not feeling it. Forcing cuddles and holding your cat against their will is a surefire way to irritate them. Even the friendliest cat doesn't want to be manhandled all the time. If your cat struggles to escape every time you pick them up, take this as a sign that they're not a fan of being handled in that moment. Instead of chasing them down for affection, wait until they come to you. They're much more likely to be relaxed and receptive to cuddling if it's on their terms. Number 6, neglecting the litter box. Cleanliness is key. You know that feeling when you walk into a messy bathroom, right? Well, imagine how your cat feels when their litter box isn't as clean as they'd like it to be. Cats are fastidious creatures, and if their litter box isn't cleaned regularly, well, they're going to find another spot in your home to do their business. And trust me, you won't like where they choose. To avoid irritating your cat and to avoid the unpleasant surprises around your house, make sure to scoop their litter box daily. A clean litter box will make your cat much happier and will also reduce the chances of them developing any litter box related behavioral issues. Number 7, not paying attention to their body language. Cats may not be able to talk, but they sure do know how to communicate. Every flick of their tail, swish of their ears, and stretch of their paws tells you something about how they're feeling. The problem is, we humans don't always pay attention to these signals. If your cat's tail is puffed up or their ears are flat against their head, those are signs that they're scared, angry, or stressed. But sometimes we ignore these signs and continue doing whatever it is that was bothering them. Being attuned to your cat's body language will help you understand when they're feeling irritated or anxious. If you've noticed your cat giving you warning signs, it's best to give them the space they need or figure out what's causing them discomfort. The more you pay attention to their signals, the better you'll be able to keep them calm and happy. Number 8, skipping playtime. Boredom equals frustration. Cats may not require as much attention as dogs, but they still need plenty of mental and physical stimulation to stay happy. If your cat doesn't get enough playtime, they can become bored, and a bored cat is often an irritable cat. Lack of play can lead to behavioral issues like scratching furniture, excessive meowing, or even aggression. Make sure that you set aside time each day to engage your cat with interactive toys, laser pointers, or even a simple ball of crinkled paper. Not only will playtime help prevent boredom, but it will also strengthen your bond between the two of you. Number 9, overfeeding or underfeeding. Finding the right balance. Food is a big deal for cats. Too much and they might become overweight, which can lead to all kinds of health issues and irritability. Too little and they might get hangry. Yes, cats can definitely get hangry. It's easy to fall into a habit of feeding your cat extra treats or leaving food out all day, but this can lead to overeating and weight gain. On the flip side, underfeeding or feeding them at irregular times can cause stress and anxiety. To keep your cats healthy and happy, stick to a consistent feeding schedule and provide them with balanced, nutritious meals. And remember, treats are fine in moderation, but don't overdo it. Well, a happy cat is a happy home. Boy, don't I know it. As I mentioned earlier, my cat Jack has not been very happy lately, and he's been letting us know it by leaving us presents all over the house. It's frustrating, and it's hard to figure out what they are upset about. Understanding what irritates your feline friend and making a few adjustments to your daily routine can make a world of difference in their happiness. From my experience, that is much easier said than done. But it's important to control your temper and remain calm and consistent in trying to solve these issues. Whether it's giving them more space, reducing noise, or simply paying attention to their body language, these changes can go a long way in building a stronger bond between you and your cat. Time for today's viewer poll. Have you struggled with any of these issues? Which one, and how did you correct it? We would all benefit from some real-life stories of how you resolve some of these tough issues, especially litter box issues. Drop down in the comments section below and let us all know. Are you looking for ways to make your life easier? Who isn't? Check out this next video where I go over some of the best cat life hacks that will make your life better, and I'll see you there.